Well, good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you live from Scott Manning Sports Talk. I want to thank all of my loyal viewers for being with me here this morning. I just want to take a few minutes and chime in. We are officially 5 weeks into the college football season for 2018. Last Saturday was one of the most crazy Saturdays I've ever seen. And the new AP Top 25 poll that has come out shows it. I'm going to tell you up front, the only spots that stayed the same: number 1, Alabama; number 2, Georgia; number 5, LSU. Those are still the same. Everybody else is either back in the top 25 for the first time or either moved up or down. I'm going to go ahead and address all those positions right now. Alabama, Georgia, LSU, 1, 2, 5. Those are still the same. Ohio State moved up one spot. They went from number 4 to number 3. After that hard-fought victory over Penn State last Saturday night, they earned it. Clemson, they've dropped to number 4 as a result of that squeak-by victory over Syracuse last Saturday, where their starting quarterback Kelly Bryant got knocked out of the game with a concussion and had to bring somebody else in. They had to come from behind to beat Syracuse last Saturday. LSU 5 still the same. Notre Dame, after their big victory over Stanford Saturday night, they moved up 2 spots from number 8 to number 6. Oklahoma, despite putting 66 points on the board last Saturday against Baylor, they dropped 1 spot from number 6 to number 7 this week. The Auburn Tigers move up 2 spots from number 10 to number 8. What can you say about Auburn? Jarrett Stidham, he's been playing very well. West Virginia, a big winner this week. They moved from number 12 to number 9. The West Virginia Mountaineers are now in the top 10. What can you say? Will Grier, he's having a Heisman Trophy candidate season. What can you say about him? I mean, West Virginia's got a fantastic offense. They're a high-flying Big 12 offense. And I'm telling you right now, the matchup against Texas down the road and that possible showdown against Oklahoma to close the season on a Friday night, possibly in November, I'll worry about that when the time comes. It can mean a lot, more than just the Big 12. We could be talking about a college football playoff implication if it goes that far. The Washington Huskies, back in the top 10 after a big victory over BYU last Saturday night. Great job for him. Jake Browning proved himself. He's a great guy. Myles Gaskin, great running back. Jake Browning, great quarterback. What can you say about the Huskies? Penn State, after losing that game to Ohio State, after the loss, they went from number 9 to number 11. They dropped 2 spots this week. Now, Trace McSorley put the game on his shoulders all night. I don't understand the play calling in that game. On a 4th and 5, if McSorley would take it, they gave it to Miles Sanders. Ohio State's defense just stuffed them late in the game. What can you say? There's nothing more you can say about that. Central Florida, a winner this week. They moved up 1 spot from number 13 to number 12. Kentucky, the Kentucky Wildcats, they're 5-0. Are they supposed to be a basketball school here? Has the college basketball season started, or am I making a mistake here? They were a big one. They shot up 4 spots from number 17 to number 13 this week. Stanford, that 38-17 humiliation in South Bend came back to haunt Stanford. Bryce Love was not himself. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside had a bad game. K.J. Costello, a nightmare. Stanford went from number 7 to number 14 this week. Michigan, they dropped 1 spot this week from number 14 to number 15 after barely squeaking by Northwestern. Wisconsin dropped down 1 spot. Miami's down. Wisconsin dropped from number 15 to number 16. Miami dropped down 1 spot from number 16 to number 17. Oregon, after their big win over Cal on Saturday night, they moved up 1 spot from number 19 to number 18. The Texas Longhorns, they dropped down 1 spot from number 18 to number 19. Michigan State, they moved up 1 spot from number 21 to number 20. And the last 5 teams in the top 25. Colorado, hello. Welcome to the AP. Welcome to the top 25. You guys are the last undefeated in the Pac-12. Hard to believe. Florida, they got a big battle against LSU Saturday. That could mean a lot, and that game could mean a lot in Death Valley. You guys weren't rated. Welcome back to the top 25. NC State, number 23 this week. Welcome to the top 25. Virginia Tech, welcome back. After getting your doors blown off by Old Dominion a couple weeks ago, you guys coming to number 24 this week. Oklahoma State, welcome back. After getting your doors blown off by Texas Tech, you showed me a lot. You're back in the top 25 at number 25 this week. So there you have it. The top 25 poll for this week in college football. Could somebody tell me the Kentucky Wildcats were the big winner, moving up 4 spots up to number 13? Has the college basketball season started yet? Because Kentucky is not a football school. But it is what it is. The big loser this week, Stanford. KJ Costello, JJ Arcega-Whiteside, Bryce Love. They had nothing against Notre Dame. West Virginia, the best. I think they're the better team of the Big 12. Everybody's been talking about how great Kyler Murray's been at Oklahoma. Everybody better be thinking about Will Grier at West Virginia. If both teams go into this showdown on November 24th undefeated, look out. The Big 12 championship could be decided, and a possible college football playoff berth could possibly be at stake. And keep in mind, too, number 5 LSU, number 22 Florida they play on Saturday. If LSU wins that ball game, and if Georgia takes care of Vanderbilt like they should, then, folks, on October 13th, Georgia, LSU, Joe Burrow versus Jake Fromm, Ed Orgeron versus Kirby Smart. And keep in mind that the Georgia LSU game on the 13th of October will be in Death Valley. That's something to think about, and that's a little ways down the road. And there's something to think about. Ohio State should have an easy game against Indiana. They should have no problem against Indiana, but you never know. But after that battle against Penn State, they're going to need a reprieve. My blood pressure on Saturday night during that Penn State-Ohio State game was like through the roof. It took about 24 hours for my blood pressure to come back down. That's how big that game was on Saturday night. And let's see. This Saturday, Texas plays Oklahoma. That's something else to think about, too. That's a new kickoff on Fox. I will have more of these games on my Friday night college football podcast pregame show. Just to let you know up front. But what can you say? The Pac-12. If somebody would have told me that the Colorado Buffaloes would be the only team left undefeated in the Pac-12, I would have said, no way. The Pac-12 is weak. And that's all I'm going to say about that. The Big Ten East, Ohio State's got it wrapped up. Just don't screw it up. That's all. Just keep your noses clean, and you may have it. Michigan, you better be thinking about the Wolverines too. Because if they can beat Wisconsin, they have a shot. You got to remember, Michigan's got to play Penn State. They got to play Wisconsin, Penn State. They got to play Michigan State and Ohio State. Lose 2 of those 4 games, Harbaugh's out the door. That's all there is to it. Well, I've been thinking about this too. It has been this season has been so crazy. Teams like Kentucky, Colorado in the top 25. I would have said no way. And if somebody would have told me that the Colorado Buffaloes would be the last team undefeated in the Pac-12, I would have said, not on your life. But what can you say? We're coming up on the midway point of the season. Anything can happen. There's a lot of football yet to be played. And I'm going to tell you this. It's going to be very interesting to see how this goes, how the season goes the rest of the way. All right, folks, so I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys for taking a few minutes with me here this morning. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. Just all you have to do is type my name down, look for this pretty face, click subscribe, and you'll see all the sports videos I have done so far. And I just want to let you guys know, Friday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on YouTube, I am going to do the Scott Manning College Football the YouTube College Football Podcast pregame show. The only college football pregame show on Friday night. And I'm going to tell you, we have 2 big matchups. Number 7 Oklahoma, number 19 Texas. Number 5 LSU versus number 22 Florida. If anything happens in those ball games, or if anything happens along the way in the top 25, you'll be sure to know it first. And also on Friday night, I'm going to be talking about some big games coming up in the month of October, which could make or shake the college football playoff. I'm also going to be thinking about which conferences are the best and which are the weak. And you're going to get all my predictions on those. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens as we get to the midway point of the season, where anything can happen, and it usually does. All right, folks, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being with me. You guys have a great day, and God bless. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much, and God bless you and you and your family, and you guys have a great day.